Just go at the back. Who's the guy who wanted the girlfriend at the back? So what's your name, mate? Say? What's his name say? Patrick, right. Okay. Is it Patrick? Yeah. Chris. So you helped me with my hearing there, thank you. Okay. So Chris, yeah, he's made the request for a girlfriend, so put your hand up if you want to be Chris's girlfriend. Okay, mate. So we're not going to put your hand up if you know somebody who could be Chris's girlfriend. So there's some help there, yeah? Okay. Put your hand up if you think actually you've had a girlfriend or boyfriend and know something about relationships. Yeah. Put your hand up if you and could give Chris some advice. If you say, Chris, actually, if you want to increase your chances, I imagine most of you actually, the hands are up there, yeah? So actually, if you've got a problem, anyone within 12 foot of you can represent a solution, okay? And the challenge we've got is, A, to be open and say, yes, there is opportunities. I always share a story about my wife when she goes to TK Maxx. Any of you guys go to TK Maxx? And there's two schools of thought with TK Maxx. One says it's like a jumble sale in there, you can never find what you want. And my wife goes in with a trolley and saves me 150 quid apparently every time. Who's more likely to find a bargain in TK Maxx? Someone who says you can't find what you want, or someone who goes in with a trolley? In your life, are you going through life saying there's no opportunities, you can't find what you want, or are you going through with the equivalent of that trolley? Yeah? So Chris, good luck to you, mate. I'm sure it's going to work out for you. That's an added bonus from today, isn't it? So often that you find actually it's not just everyone represents opportunity, things that happen to you represent opportunities. So John shared a wonderful story about how in one day he had two things, almost like London buses coming at once there. And what do you choose? And sometimes the things happen you don't want to happen. You have problems, setbacks, cock-ups. I mean, someone's looking back, John, you're glad you didn't get it past 11 plus, yeah? Or Terry, you're glad you didn't do things, the way the things were, the decisions you made? I mean, I failed my A-level first time round, and within 3 months, got a grade A again, because I was determined to get it. And I'm glad it happened that way, that I didn't go straight to university in that first time. So the challenge you have is you're going to have setbacks, and often your setbacks can represent great opportunities. And can I have another volunteer? But sir, can I volunteer you, sir? Thank you. A big hand there for this man here, I'm calling sir. For a 16-year-old, he's had a hard life. So your name is?
Jeff Ryan.
Jeff, good, thank you, Jeff. Okay, so in my work, I do a lot of work in, say, publicity, public relations. I've worked with loads of celebrities. And I never ever really bothered having a picture taken with any of them, except for once on with Benny from Crossroads, which none of you recognise, the old ones might recognise in the audience. And I know I used to have his picture showing up when I did talks, but people said, which one's Benny? But I no longer do that. But also I had an experience with Tony Blair, the former Prime Minister. So Tony Blair was at an event my client sponsored. My client had their pictures done. And I thought, sod it, I had my picture as well. So Tony Blair here. And I went up to Mr. Blair and I said, Mr. Blair, can we have a photo? We're like this. I'm smiling. And the photographer said, can you hold it there? I've got to change my film. So as you get to know me, I'm never short of an opinion. Yeah? Did I say, Tony, what about, or did I say, nice speech? And you know, I blew it. You know, I blubbered nice speech, camera clicked, and Tony went away. Thank you there, Tony. Thank you there. Yeah. Big hand there for Tony. And afterwards, I was annoyed because I wasn't prepared. In the same way I'm spreading a message about be prepared for opportunities, there was one there I wasn't prepared for. And I bumped into a dear friend of mine on a train, who's in the audience inside of Brian Lewis. Brian, you know? And shared the story of Brian on a train. Brian's a publisher. And then we developed the idea, well, actually, if you had a minute with Tony Blair, what would you say? Like, if you had a minute with Gordon Brown, what would you say? Yeah? Or Barack Obama, what would you say? Yeah? And the lesson was that I wasn't prepared. So the challenge so I thought, if you were prepared, what would you say in that minute? So we were doing a conversation with Brian. We had the idea of a book. That if you had a minute, it's about 150 words, or 170 in my case. What would you say if you had a minute with Tony Blair? And so we had a book called A Minute with Tony Blair. And there's a great little book. We've got a cross-section of people. We had famous people like John Cleese, Richard Dawkins, as well as a cross-section of the community. And it's a great book. I was on Radio 4, The Guardian, The Daily Telegraph, so on. Now, that idea wouldn't have come about had we not had the cock-up, the setup. And often you'll find that things and problems are actually your best gateways, your best avenues to new opportunities. The posh word for it, if you study creativity, it's called disruptive thinking. Because the idea is if you follow one set line, you're going to get a set result. Well, if you start from somewhere different, you're going to get an unexpected, possibly even greater, phenomenal result. So the challenge you have in your work life is that you're going to be faced with problems, setbacks. Please, 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 I tend to find that they're the best gateways to new opportunities. So remember that we're surrounded by opportunities. You're never more than 12 foot away from opportunity. And that creativity is just taking lots of small steps. And the more you can say yes to small things, they'll add and add and add and grow. Now, crucially, before I finish, one thing I like doing when we've got conference events like this is you have what's called a conference Mexican wave. And I said to Terry, what time's the Mexican wave scheduled? And he said, we're not doing one. I said, what do you mean every conference should have a conference Mexican wave? So would you please, we're going to do a Mexican wave. And what we're going to do is going to start from the front. It's going to work its way back so the sides join us up. And then at the back, we're going to come back again, okay? So guys, we're ready for our Mexican wave? Yeah, everyone say yes, yes. Okay then. Right, so ready? The wave's about to begin. It's coming. And the front row going, the front row we're going. Come front row. Come, it's rippling through, it's rippling through, it's rippling through. And it's coming back again. Up, up. It's coming back, it's coming back. Come back. Right, give yourself a big hand now. Well, we got there eventually. I mean, I nearly drowned at the end. So the challenge I'm suggesting to you, I mean, you think, what the hell was that all about? It's stupid thing. The fundamental lesson I draw from that is just one person doing that is one person doing that. But if you connect with others, you can actually literally create waves. So no matter how phenomenally brilliant you think you are, please, to really fulfill your potential, you need to make those connections, work with other people, create those tidal waves of change. So my final thought I want to leave to you is actually this, just that your DNA and dreams are unique. Please make the most of them. Thank you.